Hello friends, my name is Dr. Jyoti Prakash and I am Assistant Professor in the Department of Management, School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. Now, welcome you all to the video lecture that is based on the important aspect of human resource management, that is transfer. So, just start the discussion on the particular topic. So, what do you mean by transfer? So, various definition has been given by different experts. So, Yoder and Associates define transfer as it is a lateral shift causing movement of individual from one position to another, usually without involving any marked change in duties, responsibilities, skill needed or compensation. As in earlier video I have discussed, we have a discussion on the topic like promotion. So, promotion is all about a horizontal vertical movement, or basically in that particular state an individual is getting a higher role or higher responsibility with also an increment in the salary or the benefit aspect. But transfer is something different. Transfer is basically called a lateral shift causing movement of individual, means due to some purposes. We will have a discussion on the factors and the reasons in later on, but just understand the concept of transfer is that it is a lateral shift of we can say that a lateral movement of an employee from one position to another that does not result in some change or some enhancement in duties, responsibility and skill needed, or in fact the compensation aspect. Another definition given by Edwin B. Filippo, that transfer is a change in job where the new job is substantially equal to the old in terms of pay, status and responsibility. Means it is only a shift, only we can say that it is only a movement of an individual employee from one position to another, from one job to another, or we can say that from one place to another, that is not resulting in any increase or any change in the earlier duties and responsibilities and the pay structure that he or she is getting he or she was getting earlier. Another definition given by Piggers and Mayers, that transfer is basically the movement of an employee from one job to another on the same occupational level and at about the same level of wages on salary. In totality, we can understand that transfer is all about moving an individual from one position to another, or we can say that one place to another in order to fulfill the requirement, in order to manage the uncertainty, and that does not result in any change of the assigned duties and responsibility, and does not result in any change of the remuneration and the benefit aspect that he or she was getting from the organization earlier. So, the next question comes that what are the objectives of a transfer? Means if the organization is giving transfer to an individual, and if the organization has introduced this particular function to in the organization, then what are the objectives? So, these are some of the objectives behind doing transfer or moving an individual from one place to another. So, the first objective is to meet the organizational requirement. Yes, exactly. Obviously, if the company wants to expand its branches, or basically we can say that the company just want to grow or expand its branches at some other places. So, there is a requirement how to manage the functioning at that particular places where the organization is just thinking to expand the branches. So, transfer is being done, means the organization is having the competent and the known one or the employees who know how to work on that particular job, or how to basically deal with the how to survive in the climate of the organization. So, it is very easy, or it is basically a easy task for a human resource manager that just move an employee or just give a transfer or transfer the, one individual from one place to another, because he or she knows the detailed thing related to a particular job. So, somehow it is one of the objective of a transfer, like to meet the organizational requirement, to meet the request of an employee. Suppose some of the employee basically requested to the human resource manager or to the organization that due to some personal reason they want a transfer to their native places. So, in that case transfer is being implemented or is given to that individual by accepting the request given by the employee. So, the second objective of a transfer is to meet the request of an employee. To make the employee more versatile, means if you are placing one individual from one job to another, from one place to another, by doing so you are trying to make your employees more versatile, more talented or more skilled, so that they just be prepared in order to tackle the future situation that may arise any time in the future. To suit the age and health of an employee, suppose if an employee is basically elderly in age and the health aspect of that individual is not so good, he or she requires some sort of care. So, they basically they want to or they request the organization to give a transfer to their home places or native places, or where where their family members basically live. So, in order to match up the age and health of the employee, this particular function is also performed by a human resource manager or by the organization. To increase the effectiveness of the organization, obviously if the organization wants to increase its functioning or its branches, so transferring individual from one position or from one place to another, by doing so the organization is just trying to increase the effectiveness or the effective can ensure the effective performance of the organization. To relieve monotony, obviously by working at a particular place, sometimes we as employee get monotonous and get bored, and that affect our productivity and that also affect our result or the outcome aspect, means we are not able to give the same productivity, because in this state the interest level of an employee will go down. So, if being a human resource manager, if this particular function will be performed by you, then obviously you are trying to relieve the monotony or the boredom aspect of your employees, and by doing so you are trying to maintain the energy level of that individual or the employees of your organization. To reduce conflict, suppose I have been assigned or I have been placed under a supervisor or among a particular peer group, and I am not able to adjust in that environment or in the company of them. So, sometimes a conflictory situation may arise while doing or while performing together. So, if in that case I need a transfer, and I just I can expect that I should be placed in some other places where I cannot face these type of problems or these type of conflictory situation, because I am here, or I am in any organization to perform, to justify the salary, to justify the role and the responsibility for what I have been hired for that. So, if you are being a human resource manager or being one organization, if you are accepting the request of an employee who is facing some conflictory situation and not able to adjust in the environment, so by doing so you are trying to reduce these negative consequences into the organization. Sometimes for punishing employees, means they are not good, they are not honest towards their work, they are not regular and dedicated towards their work. So, in that case, in order to punish them, in order to learn them a lesson, the organization or the human resource manager just takes the decision to transfer that individual from one place to another. So, these are basically some of the objectives behind this particular function named transfer. Now, the next is types of transfer. So, how many types of transfer that are basically implemented by the organization or by a human resource manager. So, the first transfer is like production transfer. Production transfer, the name itself refers that it is one of the transfer in which an individual is placed in order to meet out the production requirement, means production activity is somehow related to manufacturing activity. He or she just has to deal with the machines and the machinery and the tools as tools working or used in the organization. So, in order to meet out that requirement, if one individual is placed from is just transfer from one place to another, that is basically production transfer. The next one is replacement transfer. Suppose one individual has been hired by the organization, but the placement was incorrect, means sometimes obviously a human resource manager is not God in fact. So, human resource manager is a human body, and certain errors may arise in selecting or judging the individual. Means in earlier videos of mine, you just see that how many types of errors arises when a human resource manager basically hires someone in order to fulfill the assigned duties or in order to perform on the particular post or the job. So, if the human resource manager has taken a wrong decision in order to place an individual into some places, and after some time he or she just identified that the placement is not good or was incorrect, that individual is not able to perform that assigned duties or responsibilities. So, in that case he or she means non-performer, or the human resource manager identifies those who are not performer, who are not performing as per the expectation or as per the given instruction. So, in that case whatever the transfer introduces or given to those individual, that transfer is called replacement transfer. The next one is rotation transfer. Rotation transfer is one of the transfer, the name itself gives the meaning about rotation transfer. Means in this type of transfer, an individual is just moving around from one department to another, from one job to another, from one duties to another duty, in order to inculcate the sense or inculcate the detail about different functioning of the organization. And by doing so, by introducing these type of transfer, a human resource manager can be confident that they have the competent or they have the versatile workforce into the organization, so that any situation may arise, any uncertainty or any problem may arise in coming time, our human resource are capable enough in order to tackle those situations. The next one is shift transfer. Means if I am working at night shift, so on my request, if I am not after doing on a particular shift I do not feel good and I feel ill and unhealthy. So, in that case that individual, the shift of that individual is basically changed, means now he or she has been assigned on a day shift. That is all about shift transfer. Remedial transfer is all about fulfilling the requirement of a particular vacant position or a vacant post that has arisen immediately due to any uncertainty like death, resignation and unauthorized or uninformed leave. So, remedial transfer is all about fulfilling the gap which has arisen due to certain factors, or due to any uncertainty, or due to retirement, or due to death and resignation and uninformed leave in fact. And penal transfer, as in our objective we have discussed that to punish employees. Means sometimes if employees, after giving so many instruction and after giving so many counseling, if the individual is not sincere or not honest towards his or her duty, then in that case that individual is basically transferred from one place to another, and this type of transfer is called penal transfer. Penal transfer is just like we can say that a punishment, a type of punishment which is given to the individual in order to rectify, in order to motivate them, and in order to give a lesson to them that they have to perform if they want to survive, if they want to be associated with the organization, they have to perform at any cost, or they have to justify the roles and the responsibility for what they have been hired by the organization. So, these are basically some types of transfer. The next important one, that is the reason for transfer. So, transfer are basically of categorized into two, like employee initiated transfer and company initiated transfer. So, the name itself refers employee initiated transfer, means the request of transfer is given by if the request of the transfer is given by the employee, that is employee initiated, and if the company takes decision regarding transferring one individual to one place to another, that is company initiated transfer. So, just have a discussion one by one on these two categories. So, the first one is employee initiated transfer. These transfer are also known as personal transfer, because that request of transfer is initiated or is requested by the individual on some due to some personal reason and on the basis of some personal grounds. That is why these transfers are called personal transfers, and these transfers are primarily in the interest of the employee and according to his or her convenience and desire. And further, these transfers can also be classified into two, like the temporary transfer and permanent transfer. So, the first one is temporary transfer. The reason for employee initiated temporarily transfers are like due to ill health or involvement of a employee in accident, because we cannot assure, or nobody can assure that they can be healthy and they cannot be in a ill state and they cannot be involved in such in some sort of accident. So, if these things happen, so in that case on a temporarily ground, an employee basically request for transfer for going at a particular a place where their relatives, their family members basically live in. So, in that case the transfer the request of transfer is initiated by the employees due to family problem like taking care of old parents, and due to other ad hoc problem like pursuing higher education. Means if you are going to pursue a higher education or want to do some courses through which you can enhance your skills as well, and you are also you have been also given an opportunity to get promoted or go on a higher role in the organization. So, for a higher education, the duration is basically fixed either for 2 years or for 3 years. Then this type of transfer, or 6 months for a refreshment course or for some certification course you have been requested for a transfer. So, that is basically temporarily in nature, means after completion of that time period the organization can expect that you have to return back and serve the skill that you have obtained after involving or after taking admission or in some higher education courses and after doing some certification courses. So, these are some of the reasons that are basically responsible for employee initiated temporary transfer. The permanent transfers, the reason like due to chronic ill health or permanent disablement caused by accident, means if one individual basically faces accident and he or she basically lost the important parts through which he or she can perform the duties and responsibilities. So, in that case a permanent transfer is required to those individuals. Due to family members like taking care of domestic affairs in native places, because sometimes there are no one at native places in order to take care the property and take care of the domestic affairs. So, in that case an employee can initiate a permanent transfer to the company with a view to correct his or her wrong placement. Employee may not be interested with the working condition, as I told earlier, that to avoid like the objective is like to avoid the conflict. Means if someone has been hired by the organization for performing any task or any activity, and after some times if he or she faces difficulty while working in a team, while interacting with the supervisor, while interacting with the peers, they all are basically they are not cooperative. So, in that situation that individual or he or she basically may find difficulty in performing duties and responsibility, because all the time he or she has to interact with them. So, in that case they can request for a transfer that will be based that will be done on a permanent basis, because that will obviously impact the productivity and the performance of those individuals, and they cannot justify for the purpose for what they have been hired by the organization. In order to relieve himself from the monotony and boredom caused due to doing the same job for years together, obviously in order to reduce the monotony level and the boredom level, because the repetitive work he or she has to perform. So, they can request for a permanent transfer to the organization to avoid conflict with the supervisor, because if you are in direct touch with your supervisor and your supervisor is not cooperative, is not supportive and always blame you, and you just try to be, and you just want to be a conflict with them. So, that will obviously affect your productivity and your performance, and your supervisor will not create some hindrances in the career planning or in the career path of yours. So, in this case too, an employee can initiate a permanent transfer to the organization. With a view to search for challenging and creative jobs, sometimes an employee can initiate or can request for a permanent transfer to the organization. The next type of transfer is company initiated transfer. This is also divided into two parts, like temporary and permanent. The temporary transfers are like due to temporary absenteeism of employee and due to fluctuations in the quality of production and thereby in the workload. Means if as a human resource or being a human resource manager, if you find someone or some of your employees that they are not sincere and they are not honest towards their work, so in that case, in order to punish them, you can transfer them to some other places for giving them a message, for giving them a warning about their behavior, that they have to rectify their behavior if they want to survive. So, in that case, the company can give transfer to the individual on a temporarily basis, and if the organization finds that whatever the quality of the product coming from the organization, that is not up to the mark, and that obviously that is that caused due to the work of or due to the performance of some human resources. So, in that case you can replace that someone to some other employee, so that you can ensure the quality level of your production activities, and also in order to reduce the workload of your employees, you can transfer your employees on a temporary basis to some other places. The next type of transfer is permanent transfer. These are basically some of the reasons which are which influences the company to take decision regarding giving transfer to the employees on a permanent basis, like change in the quality of production, lines of activity, technology and organizational structure. If there is a change in the organizational structure, obviously if the board of director members have been changed, so accordingly whatever the policy they will frame, there will be some changes too. So, in order to meet out that change, in order to meet out, in order to ensure the quality of your production, in order to ensure the quality of your product and services that you are dealing in order to adhere, in order to use the technology into the organization, sometimes an organization just take the decision regarding transferring employees who are unable or who face difficulty in performing these type of activities. So, in that case the organization just can take decision regarding giving a permanent transfer to those employees, and they can be transferred from that place to some other places where they do not face any difficulty in performing the assigned duties and responsibility. To improve the versatility of employees, obviously every organization nowadays should they want to have a competent or a versatile workforce into the organization, because no any organization can ensure that they do not they will not face any type of uncertainty or any type of problem in future or in coming time. So, for this purpose they should have, or they basically want, and there is a desire of any organization that they should have a competent and versatile workforce. If they have, they feel confident that they have the workforce and they are having such human resources, competent human resources, that they can be able in order to tackle the future uncertainty or the future problem. So, to improve the versatility of employee, sometimes the company can take decision regarding giving permanent transfer to employees. To improve the employees' job satisfaction, as the earlier we have seen that on the basis of the request of the employee, sometimes the company can take decision regarding giving transfer to them. So, if the employee has given if the employee has requested the organization that they need transfer from this particular place to some other places, either their native places, either their convenient places, and if the organization just accept their request. So, by doing so the organization can ensure that they are trying to improve the satisfaction level of employees. Means if you are accepting the request of your employees, that matters a lot, and that makes more sense, because you are just being a human resource manager or being one organization, you are trying to fulfill the main function of the HR department, that is to create, maintain, create, develop and maintain. Means if you are accepting the request of your employees, you are giving them a sense that they are their requests are being considered by the organization, because the organization is considering us a part and parcel and just like a family member. So, the organization is just taking care of our request, and accordingly whatever the requests that the employees are presenting in front of the organization or in front of the human resource manager, accordingly they are giving solution of them. So, if the company is taking decision regarding giving permanent transfer to the employees, by doing so they are trying to improve the employee job satisfaction, and to minimize bribe or corruption. Means some of your employees may are involved in some activities like corruption and taking bribes from the juniors and the peers for giving them an advantage. So, so in that case you have to place those individual to some other places on a permanent basis. So, that is also required. So, benefit associated with transfer, like improve employee skills. As we have discussed earlier, that from placing one individual from one place to another, the company or the human resource manager is just trying to employ skills, trying to reduce the monotony and boredom level, to rectify the faulty placement decision that was taken by the human resource manager earlier, preparing the employee for challenging assignment in future, stabilizing changing working requirement in different departments, improve employee satisfaction and morale, and also if the human resource manager or if the organization is just taking care of the request that is based on transfer, by doing so they are trying to improve the relationship between the employer and employee. So, these are some of the benefits associated with the transfer. Problem associated with transfers, like inconvenient to employees. Suppose if you are taking decision regarding placing one individual in case of in the form of punishment. So, it may happen that the employees may feel inconvenient, and employees may or may not fit in new location department. Shifting on experienced hand may affect productivity. So, a good transfer policy, like clarify the type of transfer and the condition under which these will be made, locate the authority in same officer who may initiate and implement transfers. You have to indicate the whether transfer can be made within a sub unit or also between a department or divisional plants. Indicate the basis of transfer, whether it will be based on seniority or on scale or competence or any other factor. You have to basically give clear communication to the concerned one, and intimate the fact of transfer to the person well in advance. So, accordingly he or she will get prepared, communicate the name in writing to the all concerned one. So, that is all in this particular topic. If you want to get more information, just go through the references of these books. That is all in this topic. Thank you, students.